Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day, what is this? Day 3, 4? Yeah, day 3. There we go. There it is. Day 3. It's been a crazy past few weeks, but especially this week has been very crazy. We got 334 sneaky snacking. That is because I collected from the team when I woke up this morning and swapped some things around. You can see a new face there, but let's go ahead and see if it paid off. Not yet. No, we need definitely more mushrooms than that to get ready for next week. There's a reason you're seeing Quagsire, not some others, but we'll get into that when we get to the team changes section. Not collecting from Dedenne just yet because I don't want to get any more extra tasty odds on breakfast. Just in case. I feel like we're at a pretty good spot on breakfast to where we don't need to do that. Yeah, 50% odds. We're at 50-50. So hopefully this does what we need to do. I shouldn't have been using mushrooms all week, but you know, smooth brain. It does what it do. Let's see. We could use all of this cocoa though. We can throw in all this cocoa. We do not need it. That's not entirely true. We do need some for Sunday this week, but we can throw some in for now. Using 2 is not going to hurt. Dedenne will get that back. Unfortunately, no extra tasty on this this breakfast. That is very unfortunate. So that means that I think I am going to collect from Dedenne and swap him out for someone else. So yeah, we'll do that here in a bit. For now, we're gonna get to Ultra 3, and then I'm gonna collect from Gardevoir and everybody else. Now that breakfast has been served, we only got 1 energy each, I believe, because Gardevoir had a double trigger first thing this morning, so I doubt we got anything else. Let's get all those apples that for some reason didn't collect. Let's get those apples that for some reason didn't collect. And there we go. Okay. No skill triggers there, so with no extra energy. Dedenne, hey, no skill triggers there either. All right, well, that works out. Well, let's grab our 200 sleep points. This will put us at a grand total of 4,509. I actually got a full like 8.5 hours of sleep or 9 hours or something. Didn't mean to, but you know, some nights are just that way. But anyway, we got our daily lottery that's going to give us a small ingredient ticket, and hopefully we can get something really nice out of this sleep report. But let's see. What am I even looking for? Dream shards and research XP bonus. Let's be honest. That's the main reason I'm here. But I would not be opposed to getting another Dedenne. Yeah, 9 hours of sleep. Sounds about right. Yeah, it looks about right. All right, snoozing type, not too bad. Ooh, actually, that might be bad. Snoozing type might be the worst thing we can get here. Just maybe, but we'll see. Maybe we can get something good out of it. There's 2, 3 stars. 3 stars. All right, 61.7 million. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. 61.7 million, 7 spawns. 3 of them are 3 stars. Maybe we can get a decent amount of dream shards out of this. Not enough to put us at 1 million, but we are getting close to 1 million dream shards. So, you know, that'll be nice. Then the mind goblin will change to wanting to collect 1 million to keep 1 million. We can't spend any. We got to keep the 1 million. All right, so we got Pikachu, 2 Diglets, a Flaffy, an Eevee, a Pawmi. Actually, yeah, Pawmi and the Pawmot and Pawmo and all that line are good reasons to get snoozing, so I take it back. Snoozing is not that bad. I do want a better... Is Pawmi the base form? I think it is. I don't know. Pawmi, I need you to be hungry. You weren't hungry. That's awful. The worst. Yeah, Pawmi is the base form. I'm gonna learn about these paw things eventually. Slowly, but eventually. Didn't get a big hit there. That would have been nice. I know we've got some hungry Pokemon, but this is the only one here that I really care to catch. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get this Pawmi, and we're gonna see if this is the one we've been looking for. So hopefully we can do something nice about this. Double check, make sure there's nothing else I want to catch. You know what? Might as well give him the biscuit since he's hungry. That'll take him home. Might as well, you know? But with that, definitely not anything else I want to catch at this point. Want to make sure we're saving some biscuits for next week. Not using all of them right now. I would like to buy the, what is it, 30 or 40 biscuits from the general shop. I think it's 30 from the general shop, but also want to buy that master biscuit. So yeah, we're going to send out some Palmy candy. That should help people that are using it as a healer. And we're going to grab 3,487 research XP. Not bad. And 5,287 dream shards. Not as much as I would have liked, but not bad. Not bad. Let's see if this is going to be our guy. Ooh, level 13 in adamant. I mean, the speed of help is nice, but yeah, let's see the rest. So we've got Cocoa Milk Cocoa, and then we've got I mean, Skill Trigger was very nice, but Ingredient Finder M I don't want. That clashes with the adamant nature, and we don't need ingredients. Inventory Up is nice. Honestly, this one's not bad. I just don't think it's the one we're looking for. Skill Level Up S at level 100. Yeah. I feel like this one's not bad. If I didn't already have Gardevoir or another healer, this would be the one I would use. But I don't think it is good enough. Perhaps it might be. It's not ideal to have inventory up at 50 instead of 25. But perhaps it could be good enough. Let's see. At level 50, 5 points. No, versus 4. We want at least 5. That's what we're looking for. At least 5 out of a Palmy that we catch. We need it to be at least that good. I don't need 5.6 necessarily, but at least 5. And even if we change this Skill Trigger S to Skill Trigger M, I don't think that is going to make it 5. That might make it like 4.6 at best, and that's probably very hopeful. Let's see. Come on, let's let level 50 finish up. Come on, buddy. Come on, guy. Almost there. There we go. There it is. There we go. Yeah, 4.4. Yeah, 4.6 was a little optimistic, but 4.4 is still not 5. So yeah, this one is just not gonna cut it. The only other thing that could potentially help is changing that to Inventory Up M, and I doubt that's gonna make a 0.6 difference. So I think this one is just not gonna work. Let's see. Yeah, 4.5. I mean, 4.5 is not bad, but it's not 5. It's not 5. And we need 5. Otherwise, what are we even doing? Yeah. To invest 2 subseeds just to get 4.5 is not gonna cut it. If we invested 2 subseeds and got 5, that would be fine. But this one, sadly, this one ain't it. This is just more candy for our eventual Palmy. And yeah, let's move on. Let's check and see how this Pikachu is gonna treat us. I'm gonna evaluate this one as Pikachu because I'm not going to evolve it if it does have what I need, which it doesn't look like. Well, you know, let me not say that. That's only at level 10. Very unlikely to be one we invest in, but the free candy doesn't hurt. Ooh. Helping Speed M is very nice. Inventory Up L is not necessary. Dream Shard bonus is nice, but not what we're looking for. Skill Trigger S, Helping Speed S. Yeah, I can already tell you this one ain't going to be it, because it needs berry finding for us to even want to invest in it to be part of the Raikou overstacking team. So, without that berry finding, this one is also not it, Chief, which is sad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It just doesn't have berry finding. But other than not having berry finding, it's not too bad. I also forgot to put the nature, but it works out because it was a neutral nature anyway. So yeah. Also gonna go live with the professor, and we're gonna move on. Unfortunately, no good catches today, but that is the nature of the game. Once you start getting good Pokemon, it's hard to get better ones. So no surprise there. All right, let's see. Team is looking fine. Let's collect, job done. All right, we do have new news, and I do know what this new news is. I got spoiled really quickly, but I don't know the contents of it. It is, of course, the Summer Festival bundles. This news was to be expected with the Summer Festival so close. I like the design of that box with the little sun on it. That's cool. Ooh, I see that large Dream Shard cluster in there, so that's definitely going to be in the large bundle, I would hazard to guess. But all right. To accompany the Summer Festival 2025 event, Summer Festival 2025 bundles, small, medium, and large will be available. Included within are items that can help you befriend and raise Farfetch'd. You can encounter Farfetch'd by setting its incense in the areas where it appears. The availability period is June 23rd, 2025 at 1 a.m. to June 30th, 2025 at 10:59 p.m. Bundles. The small bundle, 250 diamonds, will include 3 Poke Biscuits, 1 Friend Incense, 3 small handy candies, and 1 small dream cluster. That's actually pretty good. That's a solid small bundle. 3 biscuits is pretty good. The friend incense is nice. The 3 small handy candies, y'all know my opinion on that. We get enough small handy candies that I'm not super moved by them, but it's nice to get them. The small dream cluster though, that's a good one because that just gets better with age. The higher your research rank, the more dream shards you get out of it. So getting one on top of everything else, I think that's what's really getting me with this bundle, is just how many items are in this small bundle. Because typically it's only 2 items, maybe 3 if we're lucky. But to get 4 items and a somewhat decent amount of those 4 items for only 250 diamonds, this feels like a strong bundle to me. Let's see if the medium and large bundles can stack up. The medium bundle is 1,200 diamonds. That's going to give you 5 Great Biscuits, 5 Poke Biscuits, 2 Farfetch'd Incense, and 40 Farfetch'd Candy, as well as a medium Dream Cluster. The fact that there's 2 Farfetch'd Incense in this bundle makes me think Farfetch'd might be kind of rare. That maybe we're going to need those incense. But overall, not a bad bundle. 5 Great Biscuits, that's 1,000 diamonds if you bought them individually, which you can't buy individually because I think they're only in bundles of 3 biscuits, if I remember correctly. But either way, it would cost you 1,000 to buy 5 Great Biscuits. The Poke Biscuits, I believe, are 80 diamonds each, so that is, what is that? Wow, math is hard. 4,000. Wow. 400. So you're getting a discount on the biscuits plus some extra stuff for free. As always, medium dream cluster, very valuable. It's a lot of dream shards right there. So pretty solid bundle, I would say. If Farfetch'd is as rare as I'm thinking, then those 2 incense are actually really nice. Farfetch'd candy, it's nice, but it's not that big a deal. We get plenty of small handy candies that getting 40 Farfetch'd candy is not a huge bonus, but it's not bad. It's still 40 candy you don't have to get somewhere else. All in all, not a bad medium bundle. Not as surprising as the small bundle. It seems like a pretty typical medium bundle to me, but not bad. 1,200 diamonds is pretty decently priced, I think. But it does feel like the amount of biscuits has been lowered. I feel like in the past, a 1,200 diamond bundle would have given you closer to 10 Great Biscuits, even if they still threw in some Poke Biscuits. But maybe I'm losing it. I don't think I've bought a single medium bundle the entire time I played this game, so I'm not in a point where I've committed their contents to memory, but I do feel like this is a lower amount of biscuits than you normally get. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but it feels lesser. The large bundle, 3,000 diamonds. A lot of diamonds. So it's going to get you 3 Ultra Biscuits, so that's 1,200 diamonds right there. 9 Great Biscuits, so that's another 1,800, so that is 3,000 right there. So you're not getting any discount on the biscuits, and then you get everything else for free. But that large dream cluster is kind of tempting. That's a pretty nice inclusion there. Plus 4 medium handy candies, that's 25 candy each for any Pokemon you want. That's not bad. And 4 Farfetch'd Incense. Also making me think Farfetch'd is going to be kind of rare, so maybe the 4 Incense is worth it. But that's a steep price for a bundle like that, and I don't know that the large dream cluster makes up for that. Again, you're not getting a discount on the biscuits if I've got my biscuit prices correct. So that kind of feels like a letdown. As much as the large dream cluster is a very nice thing to get, it's not the selling point of the bundle for me. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like the large bundle is the weakest bundle in terms of what you get for the amount of diamonds. I'm not really too happy about that one. I feel like the small bundle is one of the more, I mean, not necessarily the best bundle, but it's the most surprising one in terms of getting more for the same amount of diamonds. So yeah, yet again, in my estimation, the small bundle coming out as a standout. The medium bundle is still not bad though. If you've got the diamonds, the medium bundle doesn't seem like a bad purchase to me. But the large bundle, I would have a hard time pulling the trigger on that one. For 3,000 diamonds, I would expect a little bit more. But perhaps I am grossly undervaluing the Dream Cluster large, but I just don't feel like the large Dream Cluster is a big enough selling point to justify 3,000 diamonds just to get 3,000 diamonds worth of biscuits, plus 4 medium handy candies and 4 far-fetched incense. Although, if Farfetch'd is that rare, the 4 incense might actually be worth a bit more. So take my opinion on that one with a grain of salt, but I'm not super excited about the large bundle. If I had the diamonds, I don't know that I would buy it necessarily. I personally might consider buying two, well, you can't buy 2 medium bundles, but if you could, I might consider buying 2 medium bundles over a large bundle, but I don't know. I'm, like I said, I have never once bought a large or medium bundle. At least I don't think. Maybe a medium bundle at some point a long time ago, but I don't think I have. The bundles tend to be not really super exciting for me. They just tend to be ways for me to get biscuits. So yeah, that's why I like the small bundles, because you can buy 3 of them. They're cheap, and they generally come with some nice little goodies on top of that. But that's my opinion on these bundles. Of course, feel free to make your own opinions and buy the bundle that makes the most sense for you. But I'll be looking at that small bundle. But let's go ahead and look at these community reports, and hopefully we can get some very nice stuff. We got 33 of them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Ooh, only 8 out of 33. Well, no, 8 out of 33 is pretty good. That's right at 25%. That's not bad. It just sounded like it wasn't a lot because it was just a lower number than I'm used to, but 25% is still pretty good, so we'll take that. All right, let's back it up. Let's look at this team. Let's start making some changes and hopefully get things set up for the future so that we are ready to go for the summer festival, where we are gonna have our meal set to curries. So what we need to do, we need to double check, make sure everything is good. We have what we need for tea time corn scones to get us through. Now that we have the apples, we have enough to get us through lunch tomorrow, right? Yes, enough to get us through lunch tomorrow. The hard one for the math is the green grass corn. Was 18, 36, 72 would be 4. Yeah, so we have enough for that to get us through, let's see, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch. Yes, so get us through lunch tomorrow. Ginger, same. Fancy apples, not quite enough, but Gardevoir and Dedenne both bring in apples, so surely we can get 5 between now and lunch tomorrow. So no worries there. And then milk, of course, we have plenty, so we can get ready for the Hidden Power Perk Up Stew, which we are going to make next week. And honestly, I'm taking a bit of a different tact with this one. I am going to be focusing on stacking up mushrooms first and foremost, because they are the hardest ingredient out of these 4 for me to get. They are the one I am the least confident in getting the amount that I need. So I want to stack up a ton of mushrooms. How many do we need to get through pretty much the entirety of the week? That's the question. So there are, what, 21 meals in a week? So we need 23 times 21, 483 mushrooms. That should be pretty doable. But that means that we don't have much room to gather extra soybeans, which is the second ingredient that I am most concerned about for next week. Not because I have concerns about Golem or Quackleval performing and getting soybeans, but simply just for the sheer number that we need. I don't think either of them give me what I need. So we're gonna have to look at that. So let's go ahead and pull up our trusty production comparison. And nope, not add a new Pokemon. Let's pull from our box. Let's grab our soybeans. And what did I do? Oh, electric types only. All right, so we actually have two choices for soybeans with Quackleval. We have one that we already evolved, and then another one that we would need to invest in, but is technically better. And then we have our third option, which is our Golem, which is why Golem's already on the team. But I wanted to look at them and see what we're looking at. I do not want to invest any more if I don't have to, especially in this Quackleval. But if this Quaxley outperforms Golem, then I don't want to invest in Golem. I want to invest in this. So level 30 potentially could drop a subskill seed to get that ingredient finder M. But if we do that, what are we looking at? I think it still doesn't outperform the Golem. Let's see. I mean, it does, but only by 4. 4 extra soybeans a day is not worth the investment, I don't think. At level 50, though, it does outperform significantly better, but I'm not about to get it to 50 at this point. I'm not going to get this to level 50 just for next week. So, yeah, I think we stick with the Golem. But again, the problem is that we need 28 soybeans per meal, and we got 3 in a day. So, yeah, 28 times 3 is 84, and we're only producing 71.6, which, actually, to be fair, we will have a good camp ticket. Where's the good camp ticket? It's been so long, I don't remember where stuff is. I know there's a way to put a good camp ticket on somewhere. Let's override. There it is. All right. 85. Actually, pretty much exactly what we need. But I still would like to get a buffer, so that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Oh, wait, nope, that's at level 50. We need to go back to level 30. Actually, let's just resync. 83.6. So, like 0.4 shy of what we need per day. But that's why we want to get a buffer, because that's on average. 83.6. Realistically, there are going to be some days where we get 75, some days where we get 95. But having a buffer of some soybeans would be nice. We need 483 mushrooms. We got a long way to go on that one. Might actually bring in Gengar to try to get some extra mushrooms as well, and we can burn off some of those fiery herbs that it's going to bring in. But yeah, mushrooms are my main concern. Soybeans are my second concern. I am not concerned about tomatoes at all. We have a couple of Pokemon that can produce plenty of tomatoes. Not concerned about coffee beans at all either, because we have Vikavolt that will bring in plenty of coffee beans. So, only concern is mushrooms and soybeans, but mushrooms is the primary concern. So let's go ahead and see. Let's sort. Let's go to ingredients only and mushrooms. There we go. We only, yeah, we only have these Pokemon to choose from. You do not get mushrooms till 60, so you are not going to help. You do have mushrooms, but you are terrible for ingredients. You're actually better for berries. And then you actually are okay. So you can help with some mushrooms. Plus, we can get some extra ghost berries while we're here on OGPP. Help us push to Master 3, so that'll be good. And then I said I was going to swap out Dedenne. You probably already know who it's going to be for, but I'm going to swap out Dedenne for Flareon. Try to burn off some of these excess ingredients that we don't need to help clear our inventory for the mushrooms. But yeah, that's going to be the plan. We're going to let this team rock and see what they can do. Hopefully have 483 mushrooms by the end of the week. We need them as quickly as possible. We're probably not going to get there, let's be honest. We would need... I should have put Quagsire on the team way earlier, but I didn't realize how many I needed. So that's my bad. But, however, let's see. You And where's the other one? Yes, you. You and you. Expand. You're going to bring in... yeah, we're not getting there. We are not getting 483 by the end of the week, but hopefully we can at least get to a decent buffer zone. What if I get you to 60? How much does that help? Yikes, 41 to 56. Awful. Awful, bro. Is Quagsire really the best mushroom gatherer there is? I feel like it is, sadly. Let's see. No, it's Vikavolt. ABB Vikavolt, but only just barely. So yeah, 45 a day. 45 a day is, wow. Okay, well, then mine is terrible, and I should not have invested in this if this is the best I could do. But it was the best I got, so I need to catch some more. Surely we can find something better. This is awful. There's got to be better. Let's see. Ingredient Finder M, Helping Speed M, Inventory up L. Sure. Let's go with those, and let's say... let's say Rash. I'm not super worried about it. About the... I should not have invested in that Wooper. There's so much better out there. I definitely need to catch more Wooper. This whole time, I thought my Quagsire was a lot better than it actually was. I don't know how I tricked myself into investing in this thing. I should not have done that. Should not have done that. Yeah, but here we are. So learning that I need to catch more Wooper is where we're at. So yeah, let's catch more Wooper. Tasty mushrooms, 92. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. But for now, this is the best we can do. About 80 mushrooms a day, which we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I mean, that's 5 days. We could get close. We're not gonna get 500, but we could get 400-ish, maybe, if we're lucky. And I suppose if need be, let's see, we only got room for like 150 to 200 soybeans. So yeah, once I get enough soybeans, I could swap out for the other Gengar and get even more mushrooms. But yeah, should have started sooner. Shouldn't have invested in this Quagsire. Should have been catching more Wooper this whole time. Didn't realize it, but you know, we live and learn. We make mistakes, and that's all right. We just correct those mistakes moving forward. But that is going to be my plan moving forward, and that is where I'm going to wrap things up for today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Illusion, YT, Husky Star, JP, Barty, Rogue Bastion, Josh Garrett, and SDK Posse. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you would like to support the channel for just $5 a month, you can click that subscribe plus or that join button right below this video and get early access to the videos, as well as a bunch of other cool perks. And while you're down there, you can also check the description to find a link to my live stream channel, as well as to the Discord, where you can come hang out with us, talk about Pokemon Sleep, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And other than that, y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes.